Welcome back to my Spoonie Sisters. Today, we're going to dive into the most important but often overlooked part of recovery from surgery, and that is nutrition. And today, we are joined with Miss Jacqueline Lovett and also with Jen. Say, hey, Jen.
Hey.
We are going to dive super deep into what that looks like and how you can help yourself heal as you are healing and how you can do that through food. So I am super excited to just chat with my good sis because we do some things. We love some snacks. We love some plants. And so Jen, if you didn't know, will be having a procedure soon. And so we're going to help her pre-plan what recovery looks like and in hopes that it helps you do the same if you ever find yourself having to go under the knife, as they say. So without further ado, I would like to start with Jacqueline. Hey, Jacqueline, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself for those who don't know who you are?
All right. I am so happy to be here. I am Jacqueline Lovett. I'm a holistic nutritionist, amongst other things, multifaceted. That's what they call it, right? So, my journey for nutrition, for holistic nutrition, truly began when I got sick in 2018. I am a Graves disease warrior. Therefore, I am a Spoonie sister. And like I said, that really got my journey going. And I work with others, trying to help them get onto the path of eating more plants along with your snacks. And yeah, just living a more healthier lifestyle, movement, wellness, overall wellness. Yeah, so that's a little bit about myself.
All right, ladies, are you ready to dive in?
So ready.
All
Let's do
right.
it.
So let's talk pre-surgery preparation, right? Jackie, what role do you think that nutrition plays in preparing your body for surgery? Can we just talk about the importance of what you put in your body before they cut up your body and how that helps with how you heal? The importance of what you eat and how you heal?
Okay, so I'm sorry, we don't want to scare Jen, but yeah, so what we put in our body. So if we're I personally feel if you're putting foods in your body that cause inflammation, and if you have a food allergy and you're eating certain food before surgery, things like that can trigger. It can cause, I don't want to get into the medical side because I'm not the nurse here, but I will say from what I've seen, it can increase bleeding, eating foods that cause inflammation. So, those weeks or even months leading up to surgery, it's very important to try to stick with anti-inflammatory foods. Stay hydrated. Like, I am big on hydration. I know we all are, but hydration is very, very important because you will lose fluids during medical procedures. So yes, I think it plays a very important part.
One of the things I like to stress with people that are going to have procedures is the importance of protein in your recovery journey. And a lot of people, we're on a lot of medications and I don't have an appetite. And so I tell them if you're going to eat, the first thing you prioritize is the proteins because your body has to restore. The muscle has to restore. And if they have operated on you and they've gone through layers of your skin, right, to get to whatever it is that they're fixing, that's layers of muscle, and muscles are protein fibers, right? So you have to prioritize the protein as you are prioritizing your hydration because dehydration's not fun. But that's one of the things that I specifically tell the people that I work with. Do you have any favorite nutrient-dense foods or specific nutrients that you love, Jackie, that help with inflammation?
Okay, so some people say frijoles or beans. Sorry, throwing in my Spanish. I'm working on Spanish, y'all. Learning Spanish. But the beans, we need them. They have a lot of protein. Some people are sensitive to them, though. So you have to figure out what works for you. But when it comes to protein, like that's number one on my list. It fills me up. It gives me, like we said, the strength, that I need. I can't say enough about beans. Leafy greens, of course. Leafy greens, definitely. We want to make sure that iron is up as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need our iron to be up.
So for y'all that don't know, Jacqueline and I have not always been non-meat eaters, okay? And so I've been a non-meat eater, plant-based vegan for double-digit donkey years now, right? I had a hard time with some swaps. And so I want to talk about what are some swaps that could be done for people on restrictive diets, the things that they don't normally consider in their post-recovery healing, right? So if they were craving salts, but they've had a cardiac procedure, what's a salt replacement? It's the little things, right? And so for those who are on low sodium, a salt replacement that gives your brain the same concept of salt is lemon. Do you have any fun swaps like that, Jackie?
Yes, I do. Lemon, um, for the salt, you're saying for the sodium part, right?
Mm-hmm. Or just in
Mm-hmm.
general.
In general, I like to make a beet juice. And yeah, if you don't want to purchase anything, it's fine. But with the beet juice, I like to add instead of the white salt, I personally like the Himalayan pink salt, just a little bit, not too much, because we don't want to, like you said, heart related. We don't want our sodium to be too high. And then I add or pineapple, add some pineapple juice to it. But those are just things to fix. Those are hydration drinks. I guess I'm thinking more hydration.
Well, we got to be hydrated. That's a real thing.
I'm going to throw myself under the bus first. I've had many procedures over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a hysterectomy. I've had my gallbladder out, kidney stones. And to be honest, I know that I go for the same kind of foods after every procedure. It's those things that are comfort. I think we all tend to go for the comfort things. And so I find myself eating of top ramen and potato chips. Oh, a good root beer. All the things we should not be eating. And that's partly why I wanted to sit down and have this conversation, is because I know that a lot of us have these unhealthy diets and these go-to foods that are our comfort food, whether it be after surgery or after an illness. This is for both of you. What would you say would be a good swap out for all these comfort foods?
So there's a lot of things you can do. You can make your own granola. You can make your own granola bars.
Yes.
And those things are cheap to make because oats come in bulk and you can get nuts in bulk, but you can make your own trail mix. You can make the things that can become pantry staples, and you would be grabbing that has your balance, the fiber, the healthy fats, the energy source that you need without going over and ODing, right? But there's a lot of things that you can do that are pantry staples that will keep you from grabbing a sack of potato chips. Would you agree, Jackie?
I agree. Yes, I definitely agree. And when you said top ramen, let me tell you something. I love me some ramen. Okay. So what have I been doing? Making my own at home, because then I can cut out, that little packet that comes in the ramen. I cut it out. And then those little dried vegetables, I put frozen vegetables instead. Like mushrooms, your peas, your green beans. And then for my ramen, the flavor, I try to focus more on herbs, organic. I don't want to always say organic because no. What is it? It's a seasoning, a no salt seasoning. So I season it up with that first, and then I'll add a little bit of the pink salt. But yeah, you can make your own. It'll cut that sodium down so much. And some people, instead of the depending on your sensitivities, I can't do too much gluten, so I do the rice noodles instead, and they have protein.
Jen, this is a perfect way for you to use your Costco sheet pan vegetables. Literally,
yes.
pop them in some soup.
Yes.
What are your favorite make ahead meals or snacks that you do before you prepare to have a procedure? There's a lot of freezer staples that are easy. Jackie, what are your go-to freezer staples? I know I'm about to do this, so I'm not going to have the energy.
Right. Here I go. Back to those beans. You can freeze beans. You can cook them ahead of time. You can put them in soup, chili. I also like to make smoothie packs ahead of time. So whatever you want to go in your smoothie, go ahead and freeze it so you won't have to worry about running out to the place and getting this smoothie that doesn't have real fruit. I'm not food shaming, y'all. I'm not trying to food shame, but those are expensive and they have a lot of stuff that we don't even know what's in it. But yeah, freezer packs for my smoothies, the beans, I freeze those. Freeze soup.
What are your go-to favorite beans?
For me, it's the black beans or the red beans, the dark red kidney beans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are my favorite.
Black beans are my favorite.
Yep. Are you a blueberry type of girl?
Not really. I'm more of pineapple, strawberries, mango, grapes, kiwi, all those.
Okay, those are good. Yeah. I just mentioned the blueberries because of the antioxidants that are in them. The darker the berry. So
okay. I like them in smoothies just fine, but for some reason I do not like eating them by themselves.
Got you. Yeah. Overnight oats. That's my other favorite thing. I still eat that now.
Yes.
And I know Andy's like, we agree to disagree on that one.
Still love you. It's the texture. I can't do it. I tried it. And you make it look so delicious. You just be at the table eating in slow motion. You nom, shoulders just a moving. And I'm like, but it's cold and the texture. I don't know why
You can warm it up.
I know, but I'm trying, Jackie. I am really trying to just be okay with the texture because it should be fine, right? It should be fine. It's the same concept, but I don't know why it's not the same concept right here.
Okay.
What about chia seed pudding? Do you all like that?
I love a good chia seed pudding.
Yep. I put it in my oats. In my overnight oats, I put chia seed.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I love to make a chia seed pudding with a little bit of honey, coconut, raspberries.
I got like all kinds of cheater things, right? So you get the little mason jars. So when I was trying to transition everybody over to plants, right, the slow things, I wanted you to be able to feel like you still had some stuff in there, right? So I started cutting like the Jell-O pudding with chia to give it more oomph. And then I started lessening the pre-made stuff until all I was doing was adding like dark chocolate, cacao powder or whatever and some vanilla until they got used to that texture. But it makes fabulous desserts. And if you decided that you wanted to up the protein content while, you're recovering, you could pop some collagen in there. 7 days. You nom. Now you have a protein packed and got some chia texture and all the things in there. There's so many ways that you can sneak protein into your diet, you particularly. It's easier for mostly meat eaters or people who primarily eat meat to get all of the things that they need. It's all in now how you stage it. Like, what do your staple pantries look like? Do you already have a list of what your recovery snacks are going to be? Do you have those in a specific location? Are you prepping yourself for a smoother transition? And it's kind of like prepping for recovery from surgery is kind of like packing your hospital bag to go have a baby and what that looks like when you're coming home. And I think Jackie can relate because, also her wheelhouse, how we take care of mom and baby should literally be how we're taking care of us post any procedure regardless, or in general, how we would take care of ourselves post having a baby should be the same way we're handling ourselves with care throughout our life. We just become too busy to do or so busy doing for others that we forget that we have to prioritize us too for the best outcomes of our recovery.
Okay.
That's right. Yes,
That's
I agree.
right.
I feel like we have procedures and we come home and we're so quick to get back to doing because we don't know how to sit still. I'm so bored just sitting here. I just need to do. And so for anybody who was like that, sit in the stillness and let your body recover because you'll have more energy and more longevity to continue to do all the busy stuff after your body has healed. But understand not listening to your body and allowing it to run its course to do the things that it needs. You could be halting or slowing down your recovery in general, and you can re-injure yourself. So when I tell you to sit your tail down, sit your tail down.
You are so calling me out, but just so everyone knows, I'm going to be forced to sit down. That actually is probably going to be a good thing because I'm going to be in a cast. No standing up for me. I'm going to have to sit. I'm going to have to recover and rest and heal. I'm going to be in that cast for 4 to 6 weeks. So, oh my goodness. How am I going to even handle this? I don't even know.
We're going to have to hold you accountable because I already see you scooting around, okay, with your knee on the little knee scooter. I already see you scooting around being a busybody. You tried it though. And I love that for you, but you just tried to gaslight me. And I'm going to tell you to stop it because I already see you in a reel doing some fun trick on your scooter, tossing a spoon. I already see it. Sit down.
Maybe towards the end of the cast, not at the beginning. I'm actually looking forward to being forced to sit my butt down and catch up on some movies or something. Yeah. But I also feel like I'm going to be going crazy and calling everyone I know and saying, okay, talk me down, talk me through this because this sitting thing is killing me.
Yeah. You got to get you a busy box. And I'm reaching over because this is one of my busy boxes. Get you a busy box.
I'm so excited for this. What is in your busy box?
Well, this is one of them, but this one has pictures and stuff like that because that's my scrapbooking one. but come up with things to do, scrapbooking, if you're into journaling. And what am I saying? Of course, we're in all those things that we encourage other people to do.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do it for yourself. That's going to be your time to really be the role model even more so. Do it for yourself. Like, true story, because I'm also a doula. And so I had a client who jumped back up because she was trying to snap back so quick, and it pushed her out even further. And now the situation is not good. It's not good. And so, yeah, she was 2 weeks in. She got to doing too much. She fell. And then now all of that is starting over. So her 6 to 8 week recovery, which in my opinion is still not long enough.
Yeah.
Now it has been pushed out even further. Now we have an injury on top of that. So yeah, just something to keep you busy.
So this busy box, Jackie, I love that. I love that idea. And now I'm like, I got a box and I know what I'm about to put in mine. This busy box, Jen, because you're going to spend a lot of time sitting because you're not scooting. Put one in multiple locations, one in your common area, one in your bedroom. Shelf-stable snacks, because you got all of those. We were in your pantry the other day. So you have shelf-stable snacks. Put your healthy, recovery-friendly snacks in this busy box. You can grab it. You can little bitty things. You like to paint, put rocks in the little bitty paint kits in there, and you can sit and you can paint, lay it out to dry, all the things. But all in one. Put some snacks in there, a bottle of water, some electrolytes. It's a one-stop shop. You have an activity. You have a snack. It's kindergarten all over again. You have an activity. You have a snack, and you can take a nap. See how that look? Perfect day.
Yeah. And you can fit a blanket in there too. I had one in my other one. Yep. It fits.
Feeling overwhelmed by chronic illness? A little encouragement can go a long way. That's why Cards to Warriors exists. To spread love and support, one heartfelt card at a time, whether you're sending a pick-me-up to a fellow warrior or receiving a little snail mail sunshine yourself, Cards to Warriors brings connection right to your mailbox. Because no one should fight alone. Want to send or receive some love? Visit cardstowarriors.com today and brighten someone's day.
I like the direction you both are going with this, and I think I have the perfect thing that I'm going to do. We have one of those plastic, it's like a TV tray kind of thing, and it has little slots in there that I can slide things in, and sometimes when I'm crafting, I'll slide big containers of beads in there. And then it has 2 cup holders too. So I can make sure I have my protein drink and my water and my snacks as well. And then I can have like Andy said, I can have my rocks and my painting. I can have some jewelry making supplies. And maybe in my common room, like in the living room, I'll have those kind of projects and a book. And then maybe in my bedroom, I probably won't do the crafting per se in there, but I can have some different kinds of maybe coloring or something like that.
So bento boxes or snackle boxes are going to be your best friend because sometimes you get tired of the same texture, and that's me. And so when I'm recovering from surgery or just in general, I love a good snack. I carry around bento boxes in my backpack. They slide, they're flat, they stack on top of each other. Cool. It gives you a variation of textures and sweetness and salty, all the things. So if you made your own granola and you did your own trail mix and you did crackers or whatever, you can make your own snackle box. It could be sweet, salty, savory, but you have all of the taste buds zones. Like, hey, I'm here. Hard lid snaps on. I'm done snacking. I'm back to my crafts. That way you don't have a whole bunch of wrappers all over the place. And you give you could anti-inflammatory trail mix. That's your homework.
Okay. I like that. I've never made my own granola mix. I love eating everybody else's. So why I've never made it myself?
It's so easy.
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. And I think I want to run this one by you. I'm thinking hopefully you guys like this one, but my husband likes to make, we call them protein bites. You know, they have the nuts and the peanut butter and the cocoa. Yeah. Yes. That'll be okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And that would go really good in your snackle box because that gives you your cakey texture. And then you would have your trail mix that gives you trail mix and granola that gives you your crunchy. Right. And if you're feeling froggy, what you do is you use your granola for some yogurt. because that's protein, bam and bam. You got protein and fiber. And then you have your protein balls for your little snackety snacks. And then you have your nuts later. You know what that is? Anti-inflammatory and also some protein, healthy fats, and fiber. You're welcome. Completely balanced. You don't ate the whole rainbow and you were satiated and your tum-tum says thank you.
Just talking about all this is making me hungry.
Yeah.
What about
Same.
egg bites? How do you feel about egg bites?
I'm not a fan. And also I'm vegan, but I'm not a fan. So
Yeah, and I'm sorry. That's why I was just thinking,
Yeah.
vegan. Well, how about this?
For people
Let's
that
put it
aren't
this
vegan.
way. For people that aren't vegan,
it works. It's
make your
convenient.
own.
It's many quiches.
And make
Make
your
your
own.
own. It's so much cheaper
We
to
do.
make your own. But it's
Good.
essentially a crustless quiche, little mini quiche, a little omelet in a
Yeah.
muffin tin. I don't eat them,
Yeah.
but essentially it's an
Yeah.
omelet in a muffin tin.
We
You
make
can throw
our
some
own.
greens in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, we make our own and we freeze them.
Yep.
And
So
I
that's a
love
good
to-
thing
I
for you
love
to
to-
do before surgery.
Okay.
Batch prep those.
Okay.
They freeze very well. Then you always have a high protein, balanced breakfast. English muffin. Now you got a sandwich.
Okay. Man, all the ideas. What would you say are your favorite smoothie recipes?
It's so many.
Yeah.
There's probably
For
like
me,
50.
Yeah, but I try not to put too much stuff in my smoothie because then things start canceling out the next thing.
Mhm.
Right.
So if I'm doing a tropical smoothie, then I'll try to stick with mango. So I have a tropical one where I put mango, I put the pineapple, random, but I'll throw a little bit of kale or spinach in there. And then that's when I want to put in me some flax seed and, your chia seed if you desire. There's your protein. And I make it with water, or if you want to get fancy, you can use some type of milk. I like the almond milk, which I like to make myself, but it's not hard to do it all. So yeah, I try to not put too much stuff, but that's one of my favorites. Tropical.
That sounds
What
right
about
up my
you,
alley.
Andy?
I'm very vanilla, okay, because I'm over here making desserts. And so, but I'm very vanilla. Mine is going to start with half of a frozen banana. And then I'm going to probably use a vanilla protein base, some cinnamon, some oat milk. Some oatmeal goes in it. I have some flax that will go in it. But when it's done, it tastes like a Frosty or a McDonald's milkshake. It's because of the sweetness of the banana and the vanilla. It tastes like a McDonald's milkshake. And so I try to kind of keep it simple. I got a chocolate variation of that. I got a Reese's peanut butter cup variation of that. I love a good smoothie. I got a whole book that got some smoothies in it. I love a good smoothie. I love a good drink your calories because sometimes that's all you can do. And if all you can do is drink your calories, at least it should be fun to your taste buds, right? So I went through a long period of only being able to drink my food. How much fun can I have doing that? And without me getting bored or annoyed with my recovery, right? Make it fun. I encourage people to experiment. You don't have to eat in this box. There is so much life and vibrance, all kinds of other things in different cultures and different textures of food. Stop eating in a box. We spiral when we're in this box. I only have to eat these things. Thus the gym goers that only eat broccoli and chicken breast and brown rice. Like there's so many other things that gives you that same amount of protein, but we kind of eat in this shell because we just saw it and that's what they've talked about the longest. Allow yourself to grow nutritionally while you heal physically, right? And give your body the things that it needs, that it's probably always needed, but you never slowed down until you had to recover to give it to yourself, right? And so after recovery, hopefully it's never the case that something has to slow you down enough for you to pause to give your body the things that it always needed, okay? So
Love that. And Andy has a cookbook.
I do.
I call it a cookbook that I use. I use it with my nutrition client.
Ooh.
And it has smoothie recipes in it.
It does. Tons of smoothie recipes,
You had a cookbook.
soups and stews and all
Yep.
kinds of things.
I still use it.
Have
I
you been
still use it.
gatekeeping from me?
No, that's been out for some years.
It's been out for some years, but she has, in fact, been gatekeeping. I'm sorry.
Jackie, you did it. You did it.
But it is really good. And I'm telling you, it's a reset. It's, as she mentioned, you don't want to keep eating in that box. It gets boring. That's why so many people that I have worked with have told me in the past they've given up. They were like, oh, I thought I could only eat this. And I'm like, and it's not about being vegan right here, but I'm just saying, if you're eating, it's so many great foods available that are healthy out there. And there's so many things you can put together. The struggle meals turn into really good recipes.
Yes, they
when you
do.
just start putting stuff together.
I think when people don't know and don't understand all of the information, that's what they do. They put themselves in this box, and I've been guilty of it. So what would you say is a good way to get out of it? How does one start working themselves out of the box?
You try something new. It just takes you making one different decision. When you're faced with decisions where one is familiar and one is not, it's the step that you choose the thing that's unfamiliar, not the thing that keeps you in the comfort zone. We don't grow in comfort. We grow while we're being stretched, right? And that's in every aspect of our lives, healing from a surgery or just life in general. We don't heal where we're comfortable. We had to be uncomfortable first before the recovery happened. And we don't grow where we're complacent. And so we have to be stretched in order for us to grow. And we don't bloom unless we grow. So we have to be stretched, sometimes moved out of the pot and replanted so that we can grow and bloom. But it means that we have to sit still so that we can grow and bloom.
And know your why.
Know your why.
I want to just add to what Andy just said. Your personal why. Why do I want to do this?
Mm-hmm.
And keep it in front of you. Write it down. Make a video to yourself, about your why. I take pictures of my food. I still do after all of these years. I still take pictures, not for the gram, but for me. And that way I can know if I really like this, I'm going back to it. If I didn't, I'm like, yeah. Yep. And I journal it. So that's part of journaling, taking pictures, writing it down. How did I feel after I ate this? How did it make me feel? But yeah, I love that what Andy said. Get out of that box.
Get out the box. We weren't supposed to be in the box to begin with. We put ourselves there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
For validation, to seek just fitting in. We put ourselves in the same box that we climb out of, okay? And I just need people to understand that. I didn't always realize that. No one put us in a box, just like nobody put baby in the corner for real. We put ourselves in the box, and then we try to climb our way out. We never addressed the root of how we got in that box. We walked into it because we wanted to fit in, because we wanted to feel validation, because we felt like maybe our whys aligned. That's life, that's health, that's business, that's all the things. You can climb out the box. You can grow somewhere else.
What do you say to the people that don't like to cook, the people that don't even step into a kitchen, or the people that aren't allowed because their husband takes over the kitchen? Not saying that I'm throwing my husband under the bus.
Well, if he takes over and be like, sweetie, can you test this out for me?
Yep. So are you asking, what do you say to the people who think they can't cook? Because the thing is, it's not that we can't cook. We prepared something it's that we prepared something that was not tasty. And we're scarred because the thing didn't go right. We're like, I'm never cooking again. I'm an awful cook. No, maybe you just needed more clear instructions that resonated with you when you read it. And it fired you up to say, let me try it again. I don't think that people are bad cooks. I think that people are unexperienced. And then once they figure out what works for them and what their palate likes, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. I think they go, I'm a bad cook because of all of the things that they could cook. They go onto Pinterest. I see this whole board. It has a bunch of ingredients you probably have never seen in your life. And you're like, well, I can't. It's going to be gross. Sometimes it's not always gross. Sometimes we have vanilla taste buds because we've been used to not seasoning our food. And we hit a recipe that actually required some seasoning and it tastes a little weird. See what I'm saying? So it's about perspective. If you tell yourself you can't, you really can't. If you tell yourself it's awful, it's going to stay awful. If you tell yourself, I will try to make this better for me, and I am trying to do the best I can do for me in this allotted 24 hours. That's every minute. That's every hour. I'm trying to do the best for me that I can do for me this hour. That's it. It's the best you can do.
Yeah. And don't cook everything on high.
No, don't cook everything on high.
I've seen people that are like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to cook. And it's like, well, you're turning everything on high. That's why you're burning everything.
But things that you can do before you go through your surgery, because you're like, because my husband doesn't want me to cook, or you make things that you can cook that are huge, right? That are practically fail-proof. Lasagna, it freezes well. Shepherd's pie, it freezes well. Meatloaf, it freezes well. It's high protein, got all the things. It freezes well. Enchiladas freeze well. Burritos, you could do black bean burritos, roll those janks up, freeze them, and then air fry them. They freeze beautifully. tons of things that you can do that are super simple, that does not require you to dirty up your entire kitchen, that you can prep in 20 minutes or less. Little bitty black bean or pinto bean, refried bean, whatever, taquitos.
Mhm.
It's a pack of tortillas. It's 10 minutes of your day, and you put them in the freezer. Thaw them out when you get ready to eat them. Dip them in some guac. Healthy fat. Call it good.
So hungry right now. I'm so hungry.
Okay, so I think I've made everyone hungry in this last 45 minutes, and it's my apologies. But Jen, you got any other questions?
No, I feel ready. I feel ready. And I guess what I'm saying to listeners now is if you have questions, we've got answers. So send in all your questions for future episodes because I'm not going to have all the questions, but they might.
I love that.
Sounds good to me.
So with that, we hope that we left you with some tools, some tricks, some tips of how you can better prepare you for every day, but also how you can prepare you before you go in for surgery so that you can have a speedy recovery. So with that, I hope you have the most amazing day, that you have the day that your energy attracts, and it is good on purpose and with purpose. Don't forget your spoons.
No matter where you are in your chronic illness journey, whether you are newly diagnosed or have been navigating this path for years, know this: you belong here. You are seen, you are heard, and you are never, ever doing this alone. If this episode brought you comfort, clarity, or even just a smile, share it with a fellow warrior who might need it too. And don't forget to follow us on socials for your daily dose of tips, laughs, and Spoonie love. Until next time, keep your spoons close and your support system closer.